Hello everybody, this is Sherry at djsundry.blogspot.com, and today I have a quick video for you showing you how I make stick pins. Now, I don't know if this is the correct way to make them. I've seen several completed stick pins. I've never actually watched an actual tutorial on how to make them, but this is how I make mine. If you're an expert stick pin maker out there and don't know and think I should do it different, let me know. So, I have these floral pins. Now, I mentioned in a previous video how that it took me a while to figure out what type of pins to find, and I actually found these in the floral section at my Joann's. And I have this one has kind of a crystal top. I have some others. Mine come in a box like this, and I have these with the pearl top and these with the crystallized top. Okay, so I have my pin here, and I have my glossy accents right there. And this is how I'm making these. Now these are for a swap, and the thing is, the part of the swap says to have 4 different elements. I think in this one I actually have 5, not counting the pin. But this is how I decided to make this first set. So I took this one and just using my glossy accents, it sat for a while. I've been very busy this afternoon doing a bunch of stick pins, and I'll show them all to you in a few minutes. And then I had this charm that I put on a little jump ring type thing, and then I attached it to some chain. Now the chain and the jump ring and the charm are all a little bit different colors. That doesn't bother me because I still think they coordinate, the silver and the black almost oxidized. So I put some glossy accents down, and I've started with my charm. Now obviously that probably wouldn't hold, but my next one is my bead. And I have these gorgeous fall colored beads here, right here, and that's going to be my next element. I'll just hold that down. Now glossy accents dries very quickly, but I'm going to show you what I've done to keep them upside down a bit for a while. Now the next thing I have here is a spacer bead. Again, I'm putting glossy accents between them all, just to hold it and just make sure it stays good and solid. And then I have this other bead. Now this is kind of a pearlized, almost a mother of pearl type bead that I have here. Oops, sorry, that hasn't all been off camera. This a mother of pearl type bead that I'm putting next, and this is my key bead right here. And the reason I'm calling that my key bead is it's really not the primary bead in this stick pin, but I have used this bead for the swap. I need to do 3 stick pins, and I've used that one bead on all my stick pins. Okay, so or that particular set of beads. So this is my stick pin here. You'll see it there. And then what I've done is I've taken my pin cushion, and you can see all the ones, and you can see I've pointed them down. I've made all of these this afternoon. Now those are for different things. I only needed to make 15 or 9 for my swap, but I have some other projects that I'll be showing you later, and then I have some for gifts. But this way they're kind of stored down, and they're dependent, and so that gravity can just hold them together while the glossy accents is drying. And then when they're all dry, I'll go back through and I'll clean up my pens, because I don't want extra glossy accents holding on the pen and snagging on whatever medium they, whether it's a card or whatever. So I'm going to let these continue to dry. When we come back, I'll show you how I'm going to get them packaged up and show you the finished, and we'll walk through the beads, each stick pin. Thanks. Okay, so my stick pins are all done, and now I need to get it packaged, because of course part of it, especially at Craft Happens, is packaging it nicely. So my original idea was to get my Cricut out and make maybe some leaves, is kind of what I was thinking. And then I remembered that I had this pack from K & Company that I actually had purchased just for fall, and I got it this year. It's the Tim Kofi. It's called Fall. And it's really pretty. Some of them are glittery. Well, most of them have at least some glitter on them. And they're just leaves and gourds and pumpkins and just all sorts of acorns, all sorts of things. So what I decided to do, rather than getting my Cricut out to save myself some time, I would take some of the die cuts from there. I put my information that we do for Craft Happens for the swaps on the back. And then I took a makeup wedge and I trimmed it out. Now I've already glued one end of this down really well with glossy accents. So let's glue the other one. Now this one I chose some Indian corn, and I'm just going to put it at an angle. Enough of an angle to cover the whole piece there. But that's where I'm going to put my pins. And I'm just gonna gently hold that down for a minute. And then I took from Kandra Designs, I took the Halloween set, which is a set that I use a lot. I know if you've watched my videos, you've heard me talk about that a lot. And they're mix and match. So I took Harvest and Blessings, and I used my Ranger, my Tim Holtz Distress Black Soot ink and stamped it. And then I used my Ripe Persimmon and my Seedless Preserves, and I just went around the edge. Now, I didn't use my distress tool, and I kind of wish I had, because I think it would have looked a little less sloppy, but it's still pretty, and you have just that hint of purple and the orange coming through that was in last fall seasonal distress pad. So let me just put this away real quick. I left earlier after making the pins and realized when I got back that I hadn't capped it, and so I had to clean it out. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my I'm not going to use my ATG. I'm going to use just some Tombow, kind of like, I think just a little adhesive, and put that down right there. So it'll say Harvest Blessings, just like so. And then I'll stick my pins in it. So these are, I want to show you the variety. Now that we've seen the pins, I want to show you the variety. And let me see how well into focus these are. My camera doesn't focus real well, but I took that, remember that one bead at the beginning of the video when I was making, that I showed you, is my key bead. The reason it's my key bead is because I use that particular bead on each pin. It's here and here and here. I didn't realize how close to the bottom it was in each pin. So on this one I just have leaves on the side. It was like a leaf bead charm. This one I have like a blingy spacer bead. This one I have just a plain spacer bead. I used a pearl pin on one, and I used the more diamond type pin on the other. And then this is the one like what we made together with the charm hanging on the side. So the one with the charm hanging in the side is really my main one. So I'm going to stick it down into the foam, just like so. Enough that it's stuck down, but not to where it comes out the other end. And then I will put these on either side. So that is my little tag that I made for it, or my little container. And then I have these clear bags. I think they're 5x7 bags, and I'm just going to slide this in just like so. Sorry, it's a bit tricky getting all the layers in. Oh, I see what my problem is. I have a little bit of adhesive coming out this side. So it's getting caught. There we go. And these just barely fit in, these larger ones. Now, this is the only one in the pack that was like this. It's like it's a piece of the paper. The others were more die cuts. So then that I'm going to use in a minute. Now I have some other goodies I'm just going to put in here. I have a couple yards of ribbon, one in toffee and one in the dark brown. And these are just some ribbons that I picked up from Gifts International, which if you Google that, Gifts International, when I found them online, I was actually looking for the bags. That's where I got the bags too. I'm just going to throw some fall colored buttons in there. But their ribbon is so inexpensive. I thought, wow, that's really good. I bet it's really cheap ribbon. And I was very pleasantly surprised when I got here what nice ribbon it really is. So I took this piece of paper. This is just something for my scrap stash. I think it's an old Provocraft from a Provocraft stack. And I cut it at 5 inches wide by 4 inches, and I scored it down the middle. And we're just going to use that. Now I could come all the way down, and actually I think I will, but I want to be careful that I don't catch my any ribbon or any of my extra stuff in there, because I don't want to ruin it. And I'm just using my tiny attacher to attach that down. And then for a finishing touch, I just took another piece of that brown. But back to that ribbon, it is a really nice ribbon. And the prices, I think the brown in this 1/4 inch was 100 yards, and I want to say I paid a couple dollars for it. Really inexpensive. You just can't beat the quality and the feel of it. It's a very nice ribbon. I'm just going to simply tie it. Now, I'm going to leave it even to hang kind of big, because I'm a crafter, and anybody that's a crafter likes to hang on to ribbon, and if you have a little bit more, it's better. So that's simply how I packaged it. Just simple, and it'll be ready to go in the mail in a few days when I have a day off to get it in the mail. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you go out and make your own stick pins and make them pretty. And remember, when you're doing things and out having fun, to take time to enjoy the little things. I think this is a really fun little thing. Have a great day. Bye.